What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video, and today we are doing a POV review. As you can tell, we are having the all new VW Polo GTI. Now I know some of you are wondering, why am I reviewing this car again? And I think this car is just giving me an opportunity to do something different. I've always wanted to try a POV review with this car. I know I've already done a thorough in-depth review on it, so I just thought, let me try a POV review. Secondly, the first one I reviewed was straight piped and this one is stock, so it also gives me a chance to do a video on a purely stock one to see what it's all about. So a POV review, by now you guys should know, is simply giving you guys the review from my perspective. As you can see, my hands are here. I also have my phone with me just to make sure I can frame the car properly. So that's all a POV is. So it's simply more realistic, so it makes you guys, the audience, feel like you are the ones doing the review instead, or you're standing right here with me walking around. Over the exterior quickly. So the Polo GTI, so this is the top of the range on the new generation, which is the 6th generation Polo you can get. So this is the most powerful, the most high performance type of Polo you can get, and it wears the GTI theme all over around, especially in this body red paint and so on. So we're gonna start with the front. So you have LED headlights, and they look amazing, especially with the daytime running lights on. I'll just try and put them on right now so that you guys can see them. Hopefully they go on. So let's see. Okay, they are on, but because of how bright it is, it's actually difficult to see that they're on, but I hope you guys can tell the daytime running lights are on. So the front, you have a GTI logo right there, a red bar that runs across the entire front of the car, and it also runs into the headlights, which is really cool. I like that feature. So you have much deeper bumpers compared to the normal Polo, just to add to the aggression. This is a high performance version, so it needs to look more beefier and so on. So you have all these crease lines on the bonnet just to add to the aggression of the car, and overall the front looks really nice. I really do like it. So coming around to the side, so you have these very nice looking turbine like wheels, which are 17-inch rims, mated to 215 section tires all around on these Michelins, and they look absolutely beefy. I really love these rims. Also upgraded brakes over the normal Polo, and the GTI theme, you have a GTI badge right on the side right there. So power folding active mirrors, also housing in the blind spot monitoring logo, so it will come on right there when there's a car in your blind spot. So you have these really cool looking spoiler on the top of the car, which has some what do you call, some gurney flaps, I guess I'll call them, and just adds on to, you know, the theme of high performance, or, you know, cool looking and so on. So around the back, instead of a Polo badge, you have a GTI badge, because this is not just an ordinary Polo, this is the GTI. So twin exhaust pipes down there, which sound amazing. We'll get into the sound in a bit. So this is the view of the rear, and I have to say, it looks amazing. I think let's check out the interior. So the interior, to kick it with, we have a GTI badge on the dorsal right there. Okay, I'll just turn off the ignition so that it stops making noise. The car is a bit dirty, but don't mind that. So aluminum pedals down there, which look really great. So if we jump in, this one is not optioned with the digital driver cluster, but it's cool. I love analog dials, so it adds on to the tradition. Yeah, so ESG transmission. This is your gear lever to operate your drive, reverse, park, and so on. So it's also spec'd with keyless entry and keyless go, so you have a start button rather than a traditional key slot right there to start the car. So I'm not going to dwell into infotainment systems and so on, but this is about an 8-inch display screen for your entertainment information, such as your navigation, your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your climate control. No, actually climate control is down here, but a whole host of other things, you guys know, all the likes and so on. So I think the seats, let's check out the seats. So these seats are really nice. I love how the side bolsters are actually really big and so on, and also the two-tone looks really cool. Let's check out the engine. So remember, I'm not gonna be too in-depth because I've already done a video with this car. So let's check out what's under the hood. So let's see what's under the hood. I'll just do, doesn't have a gas stretch, so it's the old-fashioned way of having this bonnet holder right there. So what's interesting about this generation of Polo GTI is that finally it has the EA888, which is a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, in this case pushing out about 147 kilowatts, which is relatively 200 horsepower, and about 320 newton meters of torque, front-wheel drive, mated to a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. And finally they have this big engine in this Polo GTI. Previously, the previous generation was a 1.8 liter. The one before that was a 1.6, which interestingly it was both turbocharged and supercharged, but that's not the topic of today. But this is the engine, and you see it, EA888, one of the coolest engines right now. And yeah, that's that, frankly. So guys, let's start it up and hear how it sounds from the inside. Okay, the startup is really nice. I love the sound of it. I think let's change the driving mode. I think I need to close the door to do that. I'll put it in sport. Oh, frankly, this one doesn't have a race mode like the Golf R. Ooh, that's some burbles. There's also a soft limiter at about 3,500 RPM, but the pops on this car actually sound better than on the Golf GTI, the 7.5. I'm really surprised. Okay, so let's go for a drive. Also in here there's a more traditional parking brake. It's not electronic, so I'll just put it into manual because I prefer shifting the gears myself. Okay, sounds really nice. I love that. We're just gonna take it slowly for now. Forgotten how quick this thing actually is. I'm just gonna quickly readjust the camera because I feel like the view isn't that good for you guys. Okay, it's perfect right now. So hope the wind noise is not gonna be that bad. But yeah, I actually feel like you don't need the Golf GTI over this Polo. Because this is just as good. Because this is just as good as the Golf GTI. And that includes how it drives, how dynamic, okay, maybe not dynamically, but in terms of sound, I mean, they also have the same engine, so okay, actually the wind noise is a bit too much. I'll just try and lift the sunroof a little bit. Maybe there'll be some more sound coming in. Okay, so let's just try a hard pull going down and see how it is. That was a big pop. Oh my word. So what was I saying? So also I don't know if it's because of wait. So I think right now there's a thing called COVID inflation, and somehow, some way, prices on cars have actually shot up, and these are about 500,000 now here in SA, which is a lot. So if these are 500,000, that means the 7.5 GTI, the Golf, those are about 650k, some even go up to 700. So it's relatively expensive now, which makes this car a much more sensible buy. So also the power difference isn't that noticeable, because this has 147 kilowatts, the Golf GTI has about 169. So I know as a petrol head it all seems like a big deal, but believe me, from a driver's perspective, I would say you're actually better off with this car, because you can get to save some money, you know. And also, if you feel like maybe you can tune it, I don't know, I'm not that big into tuning cars, but if you feel like you need the extra power, then you might as well. And also the limited slip diff on this car is also brilliant. It relatively feels the same as the one on the Golf in terms of how the car feels. So it's also rarely breaking traction. That's one other thing I'm noticing. Like, it's not breaking traction at all. It's a relatively dry day, and also I haven't gone full throttle, of which I'll try to go now. Yeah, so what I noticed right now is that the front end on the car tries to slide around, and the slip diff just evens the entire thing out. Like, even if it tries to like lose control, it feels controllable. It feels controllable in how it does it. And yeah, I know I'm just going in circles right now, but you know, I've already reviewed this car. So I think right now I'm just gonna shut up and let you guys enjoy some more of the POV drive. And also, I know I'm going in circles, but yeah, it's fine. It works for me. Also some burbles. Let me try to lower the window a bit. Let's try to get burble. I think I should attach the camera on the back so that you guys can hear the burbles. Let's do that.